Greetings, mortals. I am Natus, one of the rulers of the underworld, or specifically the ruler of manga hell. And today we'll be reacting to the newest chapter of My Academia, chapter 346, Super Hyper Entrapment Stage. Alright, that's a weird title, but to be fair, in the last couple of chapters in My Academia, the titles were a bit weird. But what can you do, I suppose? So, anyways, the first page of this chapter, we have the going to be like the close quarter battles ensues. As we suppose aren't actually focusing on Toga and Zuko and Ochako. We're supposed to be focusing on the battle against Shirake. I know that because the characters are involved, as we have. But anyways, let's get into the characters. So we have Adshot. He's a beast, so I'm happy to finally see him in action. Sun Eater, alright, I guess he's one of the top fish, so it makes sense. Najire, time for you to do something more because so far the other big fish is one like the least developed. Miracle in her thick legs. Also, seems like she has cut in her hair to be more short. I mean, Najire, I guess it also was, but I think that was because it was burned by Darby. Uh, then we have Baku there, he being the way he is always, and I think in the far, far, far background we have Best Genius. But yeah. Anyways, then we have some of the conversations as we have Bastion be like, "What do you mean that was in here? Did something happen to him?" This was like I know, he's got dragged into God knows where. Um, how many options are there? Like, are there like only four areas you guys was they use send the villains? I mean, there's only three options if we exclude this one. But how maybe there's five? I don't really know. But I do have something be like, this isn't looking good. If he isn't here, the conditions we set won't be met. Which is kind of true. Whereas they have Najee back, we have to let everyone else know. As they have Miracle just respond with, let's kick some ass already, the party's done after all. Which is, yeah, she's one of those characters, so it makes sense why should we have this kind of reaction of all of them. So yeah, anyways, then we see Shigaraki falling down as she was like, sounds like the battle against the greatest villain in history. I'm guessing that's Miracle because she was the last one speaking. So yeah, anyways, they have Shirai falling as he turns around and he as his eyes are completely wide, which my god, I thought Shiraki seemed like he was a bit dead before, but now he's like just looks like he straight up has the dead face. As they have Shirai like the horizon is so low. We are floating? The sky? None of the jailbreakers or liberation are being made it. I'm alone. Oh well. Don't interrupt me this time, myself. I'm guessing he's preferring to offer one, or maybe that's Shigaraki. I don't know, one of the two. As then, anyways, we have Shigaraki going to growl as he uses his decay to destroy the entire arena, and it was a bit of the effect. But if we immediately see that there's actually a bit of something between it, as we see like there's a bit of a steel uh, plating as the K has kind of stopped, or well, more likely to say is that Siraka is being sent flying. It interrupted his touch chiness, and now he's in the air. And she was like, huh? As he's even more in the air. As in he's thrown so fucking high up that he actually hits the electric dome or whatever it is to keep him there. As she was like, an electric barrier? My body is seizing up. But I can still. I guess I think it's supposed to complete what I can still move. But anyways, then we see barbed wire wrapping around Shigaki as we have Benji saying, oh my, how uncapped. What, the limbs, the outfit, or what exactly? But yes, anyways, then we have Regina sending Shigaki to the floor, well, slamming him to the floor and sending him away. Is Bridget's like, as long as you're moving with your mind and muscles, applying a strong enough current to your body will cause it to seize up momentarily. No matter what kind of superhuman you are, even seconds going a battle. True, but yeah, true. That's very true. But I don't doubt that's gonna be enough to take him down. So, anyways, then we have Shiraki breaking through from these bindings. As then we have Shiaki looking at that thing he was the case that like the block that from the ground sprung up real high and disintegrated. As then Shiaki like, all to stop the propagation of my decay, huh? You're gonna tear down this place in no time, Genus. I guess it's saying like, yeah, you may find a way to like keep the ground from completely destroying immediately, but I can still fucking destroy. The ground's still gonna be destroyed eventually. By Wednesday, we see some barbed wires coming at him, but Jill just like dodges those without any issue. Shoot, as in, she's like, I was like, you must have felt safer with me suspending the air like this. But as soon as I touch the ground again, we are going to run out of terrain in no time. Which is actually a very good point out. But then Reggie has a response to that. Is like, I'm not concerned about that at all. As then Sherlock turns aside and as he hears something ka-chunk, as then we see that ground that was destroyed getting filled up again. Is where Veggie is saying, we may have plenty of materials to replace whatever is lost. You're wrong for one, Sherlock. Has your brain short-circuited already? Well, one thing he couldn't really tell, so that's not really a burn. And second, I'm not exactly sure his brain is circuited correctly. I mean, just look at his eyes. His eyes look like they're already dead. So anyways, then we have Bitches saying this place was specifically created in order to defeat you. A coffin in the sky. As we get some of the insights of the place, as then we have Paolo be like, Kihihihi, plates, feet 10, 30 to 35. Oh, actually, I think it's just 13, 35, G10, 40, 45 have been damaged. And there were Samantha's be like, okay, I'll make up for the losses. Everyone get ready. As we have Samantha's getting in some of the cements, as then we see Hot May and some of the other guys from the support department be like, yep, I love some parts, please. What was your name again? Wait, they are there in the coffin? You put support division in the same fucking place as the Bawachiguraki? Well, you guys are just asking for them to die, honestly. So, anyways, then we have yep, we see a beautiful panel. Yeah, Momo. It's like creative, but my friends call me Yamamomo. Call me whatever you please. And then we see like a Momo making a bunch of material. I mean, just random technological stuff. And then we see a lunch rush of all characters making food for Momo to eat. Customers is now mentioned that lunch rush introduced first mentioned in chapter 4, whatever. So yes, anyways, then we have Best Genius be like extremely lateral long range attacks and a speed on par with Oma in his prime. It was quite a challenge to come up with a way to deal with you. After your awakening, the two battles you had allowed us to get set the stage for this. So yeah, I guess that's the point of the Stars and Stripes battle to get more information because let's be real here, using the first war as a basis would not be the best way. But anyways, then we have Hudson be like, I guess this is all flashback material, and we have Hudson be like, I like that idea. Let's send him flying. And then we have just like that 16-year-old girl made this all possible. So there we have an explanation. On top of the evacuation system designed by the principal and the anti-decay measures, Hatsume came up with a way to overhaul it all. We divided the ground into even smaller blocks and give them Joe-like properties. Joe properties. Yeah. That's explanation. Then we get Momo being there. Is we had to overcome a lack of materials due to the supply routes being destroyed. Momo basically and a lack of sleep since we were constantly working around the clock. So I guess, in case you're wondering, no, they had to go sleepless for a few good days to do it. I'm guessing as soon as they came up with this plan, they were doing it they were immediately working at 100%. So yeah, anyways, as we actually see Mentos making a thumbs up. And then we get to the top of the building, I'm guessing, is we have but just saying, but the biggest obstacle we faced was the absurd amount of energy needed to move this thing and power the electromagnetic barrier. As then we see Kaminari, manga, I'm I want to. The head and the hairstyle makes me think it's that is Neji's girlfriend from her class. I'm not sure. We get another electric hero. As then we have when I saying "woo," as Go's like it feels like this as he's doing his powers. As they have coming back, Monokun, isn't this awesome? You okay there? As the well, Nejiro's girlfriend and the other electric hero are like, focus up, first years. We're tech as we don't have manga, and I'm gonna be like, we're technically in our second year now, which is true. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised that only manga gets titled to mention who he is, while the other two don't. So I'm pretty sure that's Neji's her girlfriend, right? She had this kind of design, or hat. So yeah, anyways, they were manga be like, as we literally have him saying stuff in his head. It's like, we are the key to this plan. We'll put Cherokee behind bars. Come on, everyone. It's coming like, damn right, let's light it up. Full charge. I guess Kamina doesn't have his weakness anymore. The very least he has managed to tame it or something. I don't really know. I mean, too, if Shinzo was able to overcome his weakness by training Leicester Kamina should also be able to overcome it at this point. At the very least, make it so it's not going to be as much of a burden as it was before. So, yeah, anyways, there we have but just saying everyone had to give their all to make this giant coffin move. But it it isn't about the honor. It isn't about the glory. The only reason we are all here today is because we want to protect the days to come. We will put an end to your destruction once and for all. Is then we see Bakugo, Miracle, Sun Eater, and some of the warriors attacking at Shigaraki, especially saying that. Anyways, then we have Shigaraki saying you had your fun as he moves his hand up is like impact blast. As everybody was screaming, that ain't gonna work. Did you already forget about what happened at Jakku? Cool. As Shigaraki seems to move his head a bit, his eyes a bit. Like I don't know, it's very hard to tell where he's staring at because he doesn't have eyes. Well, we can't see anything in his eyes. As Shigaraki looks at that pit laser we saw earlier, the top as then we or not in the top, as we see Aizawa Monoma sitting on the floor, well sitting on a chair, which is actually kind of funny, but to have him sitting on that chair. Eraserhead next to him, and Manuel over there using his water powers, like as Manuel was like, ha! And Manuel was like, hey, stop moving! As Manuel was like, not the biggest fan of Eraser, are ya, Mr. Final Boss? As we see a close up of Shira's eyes, which just don't look, which are just blank. As they have Eraser thinking to himself, although I can't fight directly anymore, as long as I stand by Monoma's side, we can work around the 5-minute limit of his quirk. All of this was put together so that Midoriya could have the upper hand in this battle. As then Aizawa says, but, and then starts speaking, this is bad. Now Midoriya is nowhere to be found. I guess even they acknowledge the power boost from that All for One for All has would probably be the best shot because let's be real here, no one else has the number of destructive powers Midoriya has. Like some are getting, I feel like are getting close, but nothing all that extreme. But then we get something very, 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 very weird with Shigaraki's hand be, becoming kind of like this weird combinations of hands, like just like a bit of a mushed up combination, like kind of growing bird together, like just a bunch of hands stuck. He makes that as they have Miracle be like, hey, Dynamite, the hell is that attack? Give me the deets. Which is kind of surprised that Miracle is saying it. I'm guessing it's because it's so gross. But Baku just says, beats me, never seen it before. As if Baku thinking to himself, on top of all that, he's totally different from the incomplete version we saw at Jakku. So yeah, but so yeah, I'm a bit. So this cannot be a quirk because Aizawa erased it. unless if the 100% Shigaraki actually has some kind of like immunity to a racist quirk. Like I do think the Nomus and those type of things do have some kind of immunity, but it's not like fully. I think it's more like how would I describe it? They can sort of use it, but they are not fully capable of it. Like maybe it's weakened. I mean, we saw the high end almost being affected by it, so I'm not exactly. So I don't think it's like fully. I think they can say they're affected by it, but I remember there being quirks that cannot be erased by Razorhead, but I think it was in Vigilantes, honestly. But we'll see. Maybe there's something that we are missing here. Maybe it's gonna be explained later. I mean, this is clearly not normal because my god, his head as if I think I would say the mutant type quirks actually mutant type quirks if I remember correctly, I said they are still there by Razor, it's just they aren't active. So it's possible that maybe that's what's going on now. Rocky has like some kind of mutant quirk that he can now activate more in free will or add. I don't really know. Maybe like he has it now constantly, but he doesn't use it. Maybe that quirk that he stole from that other guy. I don't really know. We'll see. But anyways, the final page of the chapter we have Shiraki's weird combination of monster hands, fingers, hitting Miracle and seemingly hurting her and setting her back. Also a nice shot of her booty, of course. It's only natural. As we have Shiraki saying, I used to think you were so cool. What a letdown, Eraserhead, as he's starting to get his pupils back. Oh shit, Shiraki's actually getting his pupils back, people. We are in danger. As then we have Nim saying, Shiraki remains unfettered. So yeah, this is not looking good. No, I'm not sure what exactly is going on here at this point. I don't think Mirko's getting taken out as quickly. I think this is just like sending her back because in terms of durability, I would say she's like the one that can handle it the most. And also, if you're just showing us just how fast Shiraki is at this point. But yeah, this is not looking good for them. And my god, I can only imagine what he's gonna do now. I mean, it shows that even if some people are saying that Toga might join, well, clearly her deciding to join whatever, it wasn't worth the cost because my god, this is so not looking any bit better. So, yeah. Now, let's go into this chapter overall. I like the fact that how a lot of these characters are participating and working together. It kind of gives like this kind of epicness to it where we have every single possible thing they can do being used. Now, granted, some aren't going to get the traditional fights. Like, I honestly kind of thought there's going to be a few pages with more versus that weird gas mask villain because of, the whole midnight thing. But I suppose this use is far more logical and far more beneficial. I mean, this whole place is a miracle. And also, this really shows us how dangerous Shigaraki is. Like, they literally have to not building, an entire area to make sure to take him down. So, yeah, this is really badass. And I'm really excited where this is going. I'm not sure if we're gonna continue this fight. I could easily see us cutting away from it. Like I could easily see the next chapter be about All for One versus Endeavor, then Darby versus Shoto, and only then us going to Toga and Zuko and Ochako and how this whole thing's going. So we'll see where this is going. But my god, I like how we are already starting. Alright, you guys got your upper hand, but you are not keeping it. So yeah. Anyways, I hope you like this reaction. I hope you leave a like, subscribe to this channel for more videos in the future, and tell me in the comments below what did you think of this chapter. And that's it. I cannot wait to see all of you mortals next time.